Hey y'all, I'm Jo, and this is my intro video. I've been doing this whole reaction and YouTubing and Legoing thing for about 2 months now, and I'm real new at it. I'm figuring it out as I go along. In case you haven't noticed, my background has changed a lot over the course of my videos because I keep finding cute little things I feel like I need to add to it. And like I said, we're new to it, so we're figuring stuff out. We've done a lot of lighting changes and scenery changes and a lot of changes, a lot of tweaks here and there. Not the least of which being the backlights I've got with the blue and the, extra rainbowy colors. So a little bit about me, because I thought you might want to know. And I've got 29 subscribers right now. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, I had no idea this was gonna happen. I mean, my honey told me that this was gonna be fun, and honestly, it is fun. But it didn't occur to me that there would be like 30 people out there who also found my thoughts interesting. I thought it was just because my honey's married to me, so he could either like me or he could get divorced, and that ain't gonna happen. So might as well like me. As you can tell, I have a southern accent, but it comes and goes. And it comes and goes because my honeydew, I love him. I must love him because I've moved with him to 9 different houses in 6 different cities over the last 14 years, and we've gone all over the U.S., including to Canada and back. It's been a ride. So it wouldn't be surprising for me to say, where y'all at, eh? Oh, the time we spent in Canada. It was a lot of fun. It's expensive, but it was fun. Because I have been moving so much, one of the ways that I have made friends is by playing roller derby. And if you don't know what sport that is, the short version is you put on pads and roller skates and you hit your friends. It's team therapy. We beat each other up and then we go out for beer. It's perfect. One of the things about being in derby is you get to come up with your own derby name. You get to have your own derby persona. Who are you? Here I am. Here is who I am as a derby girl. I had no idea what my name was going to be. I couldn't figure it out. And I mean, I was playing derby for like 3 years before I could figure out what a good name was. I tried on so many different options. And I came up, well, a friend of mine in Canada named me Beaker. Because when I fall down, I go, ah! I squeak. Meter's gonna meet, y'all. So, I mean, and I squeak or beaker when I'm walking and I roll my ankle, or when I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm trying to stir the pot and I put the ladle down and then it flips up and hits me, I'm squeaking. It's never because I actually injured myself. Like, it's never something that is wounded. In fact, when I broke my ankle playing roller derby, I didn't make much sound at all. I didn't squeak. I didn't holler at it. I mean, I cried, but I didn't cry until after. I didn't cry till after my honey had come and picked me up, and I cried in the car because I couldn't let all my derby friends see me cry. I just, I was a little proud. So you might want to know how I get into this whole reacting thing. My husband will watch anyone, anytime, anywhere, watch Back to the Future for the first time. And I think he has seen every reaction there is on YouTube. And if you decided you'd never seen it and you wanted to watch it and film yourself, my husband would go subscribe to your channel. I promise. He's such a goof. At the time, I didn't really understand that because I was like, if you wanted to watch the movie, couldn't you just watch the movie? And he tried to explain that it's because you're watching someone else have the same emotions and the same emotional roller coaster and the same ups and downs that you go through when you're watching a movie. And I guess that makes sense to me a little bit. So one of the first reactions I ever watched personally was WALL-E. oh my goodness, the amount of up and down emotion in that movie. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you want to hold your heart. Wally's a hell of a movie, and if you hadn't seen it, go watch. And so I watched a YouTuber react to Wally, and I was like, okay, all right. Seeing somebody else be like, "Aw," when she says, "I hope you're ready to have kids." I mean, seeing somebody else be delighted when Wally and Eva are swirling around dancing in the sky. I mean, it's pretty precious. And also seeing another person say, hey, these people should do better, but also they are a product of their environment. It was cathartic, I suppose. So obviously, I watch things outside of my videos, my reactions. I mean, I don't just save up all my TV time to hang out with you guys. As much fun as that would be for me to get to see new information all the time. Yes. Currently, our shows are Ally McBeal and Elementary. And my favorite part of Elementary is trying to figure out who done it before Sherlock figures out who done it. Or at least understand the puzzle pieces he's putting together when he's making those little paragraph puzzles. I don't know what else to call them. When he's trying to explain what happened, but he's leaving out as much information as he can. I like being able to figure out what Sherlock's saying, whether Watson figures it out or not. It's delightful to me. But one of the other things that I'm watching for the first time at home is My Hero Academia with my 14, oh my gosh, she's 14 now. So one of the other things that I'm watching with my daughter, she's 14 and she loves anime, and we're watching My Hero Academia, which, oof, there's a lot of ups and downs in that show too. For instance, one of the characters just died, and it was pretty dramatic. Anywho, I've watched a lot of shows with her so far, like The Dragon Prince and Centaur World, which is completely unpredictable. If you want to watch a show that you can't see what's coming next, Centaur World, that's the guy. And we watched The Owl House, and she just got so excited. Anytime I would be like, hey, I wonder if this is going to happen, or I bet this guy's going to be fine, or she would look at me and say, I can't, she would look at me because she knew that this character was going to die, but she couldn't tell me that this character was going to die. And it was yet another example of someone wanting to watch another person's reaction to interesting TV shows they enjoy. Maybe there is something to this whole reaction thing. The real start of all this, my husband and I, we like to put on television in the background that we've already seen a dozen times while we're trying to clean the house or while we're trying to make dinner or those sorts of things. And those are like Suits and Brooklyn Nine-Nine and New Girl and even Charmed, which was actually the first show that he and I watched separately and then discovered we both liked it. The 90s. That was a different time. Anyway, so we were watching Big Bang Theory for like the 12th time. And it was the episode where Sheldon and Leonard and Raj and Howard go in together and they all put in $200 each so they can buy a time machine from the movie The Time Machine. And they're assuming that it's going to be this little miniature time machine, and it comes in and it's like, huge chair-sized time machine. And there were a lot of references to the movie The Time Machine. And I admitted, okay, I've never seen it. If you really want to give this whole reaction thing a shot, why don't we watch this movie and I can see if I feel comfortable doing it, see if I have fun, try it and see, because you can't know if you like something until you try it once. So we set up, oh my goodness. it was nothing like the studio setup we have now. We set it up in our living room in front of the big TV. We tried to finagle an ottoman in the right spot so we could get the toes. We didn't have any kind of background behind the toes, I don't think. The lighting was terrible. The audio was good because we had a few video making things, but we weren't wearing headphones, so there was the background, and there was the other background, and there were kids screaming, and we had to pause and deal with parenthood. I mean, there were a lot of issues with that first movie, but it was still a whole lot of fun. It was a hoot. I think he's tried to put it together and get it through the copyright once or twice, but we've learned a lot since then. I don't know if he's going to push that one through or not, or... Anyway, it's in the can. He can decide later. So as he was doing this editing, he kept telling me how good I was. He had set it up to edit and had been doing it for several days, and he would still laugh at me saying the same joke that I made the last 14 times he listened to the section. And it made him feel really good. And that made me feel really good. So I thought, you know, maybe this will be fun. Maybe it'll be cool. Maybe other people will actually like it. But, you know, if nobody likes and subscribes, I guess I find out my truth, that only my honey thinks I'm cute. But it turns out 29 people think I'm cute, or at least think I'm tolerable. Y'all let me know how tolerable you think I am. Tell me if you think I need to shut up. That's okay, too. Of course, I don't know why you would think I should shut up while I'm reacting to a movie. You can just watch that movie yourself. But hey, you know, tell me what you think. One of the things we had to figure out as we were setting up this whole channel is what we were going to call it. My name is Jordan. I've never liked it. My stepkids call me Jo because they're not going to call me Mom. That's not where we're at. And so... I knew I wanted to be Jo, but I didn't know what else I wanted to do. And one of the things about me is that I've got ADHD like nobody's business. And I was diagnosed with ADHD in the early 90s when everybody has ADHD. You don't need to be medicated for it. You're fine. You're not disruptive. You're not disturbing anybody. Just, you don't need it. And so I learned a lot of coping mechanisms. If you know anybody who's got it, you might notice that their leg just bounces 90 miles an hour all the time. It's just bound, bound, bound. And I had that problem for a while as a kid. But my father would lean over to me at the dinner table and he would stare me down. And he would just put his hand on my thigh and just stare at me in the eyes until my leg calmed down. And I learned to channel it from my leg down to the toes. You can't see this right now, but my toes are acting like they're typing on a keyboard because I'm talking, because I'm thinking, because I'm having a conversation with you. If you've watched any of my videos, you probably already know that I have ADHD toes. This is not something that I do on purpose. This is this is a coping mechanism. And it's convenient that my honey thinks it's cute. Because if I were to stick my foot underneath his leg on the couch, it would not be his favorite thing. But at least he thinks it's cute. So we're good. So what are we going to call it? We're going to call it Jo's Toes. Because it's not just about me reacting. My toes are reacting right alongside me. We're having a whole conversation, me and them. You might as well watch. Laugh at me if you want to. That's fun. As a viewer myself, I never really choose what to watch. I never really say, hey, this is what I'm feeling, because I grew up with an older brother, and he's a year older than me and twice my size, and has been all my life. And he decided what we watched on TV, which was fine with me. I didn't really care. Anytime I had the remote control, I put it on Steve Irwin or Shark Week or, you know, Animal Planet, basically. If you knew the 90s, you knew Animal Planet. It was one of the cheap channels. It wasn't one that you had to pay extra so you could get it along with ESPN or whatever. So it was either Animal Planet or I was watching Scooby-Doo. I have seen every Scooby-Doo episode, and I could probably still watch it and enjoy it like it's the second time I've seen it, because I don't remember.
We played a game the other day. Name that tune of theme songs.
I
You
know.
heard the bats. First few seconds you heard the bats, and you were like Scooby-Doo. Everybody else was like, wait, what?
Yes, it was.
The music hadn't even started. The bats came and you knew it was Scooby-Doo.
Scooby was my jam. So it was either Animal Planet or Scooby. And, you know, at 2 o'clock in the morning, Animal Planet doesn't have great things, but there is always a Scooby-Doo on Cartoon Network, or at least there was back in the 90s. And early 2000s, let's be honest. So another question about this whole starting a channel, starting a kind of a business, I suppose, though we're not making any money, we're not expecting to make any money, we're just kind of having fun. But the question was, when am I going to have time to do this? So like I said, there's not a whole lot of construction happening in January, and so I thought this would be a good time for us to try it out and see if it works, because I'm not doing a whole lot else. And to be honest with you, winters in South Dakota have been pretty hard on me so far in the last few years. The big sad seasonal affective disorder is, it's real. This is the first year that I have actually felt like getting up and doing something, that I had something to look forward to in my day. And January can get so timeless between Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and January 1st. Those days are pretty well timeless. And then January 6th, when all the kids go back to school, like it's just this whole, well, it's another day of break. And that never really ends for me, because I don't go back to work when there's no construction to do. So this was an opportune time for us to put some effort, put some time, and really do what we can to make this as good as we can make it. Unfortunately, this has given me plenty of extra time to spend a whole lot of money that I'll not be spending. In fact, I spent a whole lot of money today buying more Legos, because I can't wait to put together more Legos. Y'all, I have got so much extra stuff that I've got for this channel. Look at this cute little cowgirl hat. It's all shiny. Anyway. Before I get distracted, ADHD brain and all, I just want to tell y'all, I really appreciate you joining me. And I'm going to impart some wisdom before we go. You ever scroll through Facebook and you see a meme and somehow it's got some fabulous psychological advice on it, and you're like, how did I see this on some meme on Facebook? Yeah, been there. There's this study that has come to the conclusion that if you hug someone for 20 seconds, it releases dopamine and oxytocin, and it gives you the feeling that you are more trusting, more connected, more comfortable with the person that you've been hugging for 20 seconds. You can genuinely feel your shoulders relax and your whole body just feels better because you hugged your favorite person for 20 seconds. It could also be, a person who's having a hard time, or honestly, I think they did the study that you can just hug yourself, and that'll give you a little bit of the feeling. I mean, not like my honey and I have sometimes on a real hard day, but oh my goodness, sometimes we're fussing at each other and things are going sideways, and it's just not being as it's not going the direction we want. But we, at the end of the frustration, at the end of the strife, we come together and we just hug each other. And we don't even have to count to 20 seconds anymore. We can both feel our shoulders relax. We can feel our breathing come easier. It feels like my head just wants to lay on his shoulder. It's just perfection. And I can't recommend it hard enough. 20 seconds it's done amazing things for our marriage, to be honest with you. And I would love for everybody out there to get the benefit that I've gotten from a 20-second hug. And I make my children hug each other for 20 seconds occasionally, but honestly, last week I don't think they got any further than 7. I can't blame them. They're a lot like me and my brother. It's fun. I'm scrappy. One of the things you might hear me say a lot as I'm watching movies, especially romantic movies, communicate. These people just need to talk to their significant other. They need to talk to their friends. They need to be open with the people that love them. Because if those people truly love you, you can be honest and they're still going to love you. And how many TV shows would have been solved if those people had just been talking to each other instead of trying to hide their true feelings or to hide the secret? Or the secret's going to come out anyway. The least you could do is trust the person up front, you know? My honey and I are very honest with each other. One could argue we're too honest sometimes. But it's those 20-second hugs that keep us in love. So that's pretty much all I really wanted to say. I read all the comments. I love getting comments, and I will watch anything you guys put on there that you want me to watch. Let's see. I've been waiting for ages for him to get sliding doors up. That was my favorite reaction. I loved it so much. There were tears, there were laughters, there was yelling. But I hated those characters. You'll get it. You'll see. I looked around, and it doesn't look like there are very many other people who did reactions to sliding doors. In fact, I didn't find a single other one. If you haven't seen it, highly recommended. It is a roller coaster of a movie, and I don't think just watching my reaction will get you all of the details of that movie. And I highly recommend you watch that movie by yourself or with your friends or whatever, all the way through, not just hanging out with me. That said, you can hang out with me. I mean, come on. I'm not sure if you can see any of my background stuff when I'm doing my films. I have I have collected a lot of things from around the house. I think my daughter wishes she could have her dragon back, and the other one probably wishes she could have her unicorn back, but sorry, they're mine now. They belong on my set design. So I'm gonna point out some of the things over here. Maybe you'll see something interesting. Hint, there's a Waldo. So I found this cowboy hat that's looks like a disco ball, which I thought was super cool. And of course I had to put it with my snow lean because I'm a big Dolly fan. Some of these are just die-cut blocks. Found them at Walmart for like $5 a piece. And I mean, I've seen the Cinderella and the Belle and the Moana and Tiana and Ariel. Ariel was my favorite, but that's because it was the 90s. Everybody wanted to be a mermaid. This is my cute little snow lean. Because Jolene. Except it's snow. Because snow really sucks, and so does Jolene. It's perfect. Yeah, my kids like snow too. Calm down. Stay. So I got this old Linda Carter Wonder Woman puppet here. If I could have a Wonder Woman Gal Gadot puppet, that would be awesome too. But instead, oops, come on, girlfriend, hang out. Stay. Grr. Arg. Aha. So I have my little Linda Carter puppet, but I don't have a Gal Gadot puppet, but I have this Gal Gadot action figure here. She's even got movable toes in her little shoes. I don't know where to put her though. I had her up here with Thor's hammer, but then there was an earthquake and, you know, somebody closed the door and it caused an earthquake, so I've got this just some Legos and the house from Up and Kevin. Sorry, I know that was a Home Alone reference. We've got the DeLorean, Marty and Doc. Can you see Marty and Doc? Yes, I did put together the DeLorean. I don't think that's been published yet either. And some more of these MDF pieces, Darth Maul. And I thoroughly enjoyed that Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse. That was really cool. I liked that there was an additional female Spider-Man and a black Spider-Man. That was awesome.
You're going to have to say Darth Vader because you said Darth Maul.
I mean, I could see him looking like Darth Maul.
No.
So I've also got some other of these MDF pieces, blocks. This is Darth Vader and the Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, and Miles Davis. I guess he was still Spider-Man.
Miles Morales. Miles Davis is a he's a jazz musician. Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, and Peter Parker. This is great stuff.
Except you're going to be making fun of me for ages. And I got some more of these MDF blocks. We've got Darth Vader and Spider People, Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales. And Doctor Who, of course, if you haven't seen Doctor Who, highly recommended. Start with Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor. Eccleston?
He's not Jewish, to my knowledge.
I want a divorce for me. I should have done a script.
This is what happens when you wing it.
Ain't it, though? Oh. And you can't have a studio without some Doctor Who. If you haven't watched it, start with the Ninth Doctor. And I've got a video of putting together the Green Goblin, and I got Spider-Man down here, you know, ready for him. That's as he's fighting things. Y'all have already seen the Spidey. So I got Batman over there, and I got a Lego tumbler to put together that comes with a Batman and a Joker and a Two-Face. I don't know that I'm gonna play with the little minifigs, but I'll be putting them together. This is my favorite little dude. You ever played Mario and this guy like flings his little ball at you? He is such a killer. I never can time the jumps right, and I don't know that I think I've beat him, but it's a challenge. So I put together this sunflower frame, and it hasn't been put together as a video yet. We've got all the videos taken, we got it shot, it's in the can, waiting for the editor. We're trying to let my daughter learn how to do some editing. She's a phenomenal artist. She draws some really cool dragons. In fact, she's on TikTok if you want to check her out. This kid,
she just has this creativity that I've never had. I wish I had, but she's just awesome. We tried to encourage her to enjoy dragons by way of enjoying dinosaurs, but no, I think the dragons are here to stay. She told me she wanted me to use this as part of the decoration. Honestly, this doesn't look anything like the dragons she draws, but we'll show you those. This here is Ziba Neba from Pearls Before Swine. Stephen Pastis is a very funny comic. He does a lot of political stuff lately, but that's because there's been a lot of stuff to do about. But no, Rat is such a wry, sardonic character. It's delightful. But my favorite part of the zebras is Ziba Neba is the neighbor of the Croc family, and it's like Tom and Jerry. If Tom was the dumbest animal on the block, like just complete total moron, doesn't even know how to spell Zeba is food, except it's F-U-D, FUD. Zeba's is FUD. Oh my gosh. Check him out. Stephen Pastis.
Why did you smell him?
I didn't. I patted him on my nose. I didn't smell him. I
It
just
looks like you
patted
smell.
him.
Do you like zebras?
I do like zebras. So in addition to my daughter's dragon, I also have this cute little zebra that my daughter painted for me. It's tucked back here because I don't have room. I'm kind of full. So I'm going to be putting together a shelf because, number one, it's like high stakes Legos. Number two, because I need a shelf here to hold more of my cute little decor. I mean, she painted this for me for Christmas because I love zebras. Like I said, if I had a choice, I always watch Steve Irwin. Me and zebras. Oh, fun fact. Do you know why zebras are striped? Zebras are striped because if they were surrounded by a pack of lions and they had a whole, and had a bunch of babies, they would put all the baby zebras and the sick ones and the old ones, you know, the ones that were weak, and they would put them in the middle, and then the other zebras would run around them in a circle, and then there would be another circle that would run around that circle, and so all the stripes would confuse the lions and make them all dizzy. Is that cool or what? It's community, man. Aw, speaking of zebras, Jennifer painted me this zebra too. Speaking of Jennifer, so I got one daughter, I got 4 daughters. One of them's, you know, grown up and stuff. And the other one's grown up and stuff. And then I got the 14-year-old who does the dragon thing. And I got my cute little 11-year-old. She loves unicorns. And so she painted me this unicorn to look like a zebra. And she has seen how much I've been enjoying this. She's like watched me just have a great time. And she wants to join me. The other day we watched An American Tale about the Little Mouse Fievel. I've never seen An American Tale. Now I have. It was a lot of fun. So we will be putting that one up eventually. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of work in the winter, but I will definitely be busy this summer. So we're trying to get as many videos ready for publication as we can, so that there will still be something for us to share when I don't necessarily have all the time in the world to sit around and watch a movie. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little intro into my world, into who I am. If you got any questions, let me know. Like I said, I read all the comments. I appreciate y'all joining me. Drink your water and hug your friends for 20 seconds. Love y'all. Bye. This here, oops.